Dire team ban. Radiant team ban.
Okay. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this, the final of the SEA first open qualifier for the MDL Paris Major. Paris Disneyland Major. All sorts of things that you can call it. Anyway, we have a best of three here. PG.Barracx versus Neon Esports. Two SEA great teams, and it's going to be a pleasure to watch this best of three. The winner of this will go on to the closed qualifiers. So they haven't qualified yet for the major. They're just qualifying to qualify.
10 seconds remaining.
So let's jump right into these drafts, because it seems PG.Barracx and Neon have taken no time at all with the Bane as well as the Lich and Puck. These are interesting bans. Bounty Enigma as well as Razor. So this means Ken is still able to be picked up. Tiny we've seen favored as the first pick. So lots of unusual bans here. Remaining. I'm very curious to see what both sides actually draft.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
And Neon, they're going back for that Nyx Assassin. We saw what Rappy was able to achieve with it. And Barracx, they're confident enough to pick the Ember Spirit into Nyx Assassin. This is what we... You know what, actually, in all our PG.Barracx game, we've seen them first pick Ember Spirit and Oracle. It's their confident opening.
Ten seconds remaining.
So yeah, PG.Barracx, they're opening the same way again, but maybe against a team like Neon, having the Nyx Assassin versus the Ember Spirit will prove enough. And there's even more control with the pickup of the Shadow Shaman. We saw this tried in another game, but this definitely means the Ember Spirit will not have a free game. He won't have free roam. He needs to be careful of those shackles. He needs to be careful of using his Flame Guard and getting caught out by a Spike Carapace.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
So, we're into the second ban phase now. You ban out... What do you ban out? You probably ban out something, some cores you don't want to see work with the Ember Spirit. Even though we have seen him played in the mid lane mostly, but he can be played in safe lane. The Neon, they're banning out that Undying. I'm surprised they ban out the Undying, because Oracle's usually played in the 5 position, even by Spaceman here, who loves to take kills. You might want to ban the Leshrac. They love playing the Leshrac on Hoppy. If I was the side of Neon, I think that would be the ban I go for.
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining.
So they ban out the Lycan. Okay, we've seen this from PG.Barracx. Them taking the Lycan and the Ember Spirit cores. They want to disable that, but that does mean PG.Barracx. My phone heard me talking, and it's talked from the Google, the Google Assistant. Anyway, as I was saying, they're probably going to take the Leshrac, and that offers them a lot of pushing for the side of PG.Barracx.
Radiant team pick. Dire team pick.
But they're taking the Troll Warlord. I did suggest banning it out in this phase, but they banned out the Lycan and the Undying instead. So Neon, they need to come up with some sort of answer for the Troll Warlord. They do actually have a lot of control for him, but you might want to take something like the Pugner.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
So, let's think about this. They might take a core here. And they're taking the Abdon, okay. So, this means the Nyx Assassin, this is the same draft we saw last time. The 4 position, Shadow Shaman, the Abdon in the support role. Okay, I'm on board with this. I like giving the Nyx Assassin more farm versus the Ember Spirit. And the Abaddon from the back lines with his aphotic shield. You're able to save people from those Sleight of Fist searing chains. As well as maybe even if the Troll Warlord gets an ensnare on people.
Dire team pick.
Okay, so I don't know if you've watched many PG.Barracx games, but they love the godlike Vengeful Spirit. So this is an off-lane Vengeful Spirit. It offers a lot of minus armor and just the utility of it. He builds into the Aghanim Scepter as well, so he has all his abilities after he dies. And just the stun is really solid, and then you're able to swap to initiate. So it's an initiating offlaner that does very well in the lanes and hits fairly hard. But, okay, as chat are pointing out, they've just banned out 2 of Scuddylicious' carry heroes that he likes to play because he's so good on the Morph and the Juggernaut. So PG.Barracx, some respect bans coming out there. That makes a lot of sense to me. So we're now waiting on the 4th pick of the draft of Neon. You probably want to take your carry. But, I mean, you could take your mid hero, because you know this Ember Spirit's probably going to go mid. To someone who beats the Ember Spirit lane. You know, I think a Kunkka's really good versus the Ember Spirit. But they've gone for the Tinker. Okay, so Tinker has that blind versus the Troll Warlord. So even if he's on someone, you know, you can kind of save him because he's going to miss. I don't know how I like this Tinker versus the Ember Spirit. Because Ember Spirit, obviously, a very high mobility hero. He can, you know, Remnant into the trees. Vengeful Spirit. You can get vision in those trees and swap the Tinker into your team. They have long range initiation for this Tinker. I don't think this is the easiest Tinker game, if I'm honest.
Dire team pick.
Okay, so they do ban out the Leshrac at long last. So Huppy isn't going to get to play that hero. But now, the side of Neon, they need to think about their last pick. They're looking for a carry. Someone who can, Scuddylicious can put this whole team on his shoulders.
10 seconds remaining.
Who do we think can do that for Scuddylicious? A lot of the major carries that I think of have been either banned or picked here. It's obviously very difficult without a hero grid. I'd love to see who you guys suggest.
Radiant team pick.
And they're taking the Terrorblade. Okay. Having the Tinker and the Terrorblade together. Tinker usually seen as a counter for the Terrorblade. But, you know, it's not available now. Ember Spirit, if he gets off to a really good start, you know, definitely does beat the Terrorblade. Because you have that magic damage burst before he gets very tanky with his Manta style, with his Scuddy.
10 seconds remaining.
Devilicious Stoats, you were correct in the chat. You might not remember it, but I see it 5 minutes ago. You've already figured it out. I did not. I just forgot about the Terrorblade. And here's the 4 position for Huppy of the Tiny, I assume. So Spaceman back on his Oracle. Last game we saw PG.Barracx play. Spaceman, he's just sniping kills all over with those Purifying Flames. And JL will pick up his Abaddon at some point. But actually, look, they're making them think, okay, so it's a 4-position Vengeful Spirit. They want to give Godlike a bit more farm on this Ainu. So a 4th-position Vengeful Spirit. I'm curious to see how that works out.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
So, let's... I think PG.Barracx are the slightly better team. But if they don't get off to a good start, this Terrorblade's going to get out of hand. I see why they picked the Tinker because, you know, literally he's there to make space for this Terrorblade. He's there to push out the ways, make sure that you can't push. And PG.Barracx, they do have the Troll, but, you know, he's not one of those heroes who can really push through a whole bunch of marching machines. So I honestly like the draft on Neon, and I think they might take game number 1. You know what? I'm going to risk it. I'm going to say I think Neon takes game number 1. However, feel free to disagree with me. Tell me in the chat who you think is going to win and why they're going to win. Okay. And obviously, all games have to start with a pause while Baseman disconnects. So, Oracle's reconnected, and now we're just waiting for Godlike, and then we should be underway once again.
Bow to your lord.
So, the G2 comes out, and then we can have a think about these lanes. It looks like, actually, Ifrit, they're going to try laning him versus the Terrorblade in an aggro tri-lane. It might switch to dual lanes, that we do see this a fair amount, where they send all 3 people to the top to try and get the possibility of first blood if someone overextends.
A flash of inspiration.
Tinker smoked up, gets his ward out, so this ward will not scout down. They get them down at roughly the same time. Both the wards went down at almost exactly the same time. That's great. Anyway, just hiding around the trees here is Godlike. He doesn't want to be harassed as he walks the lane. They already have this ward here, so they would have seen him if he went any later. So he's just making sure he's secure. He's not contesting these rooms. That's why they have Huppy and Spaceman and the rest of their team in the top lane. Gunnylicious going up to the high ground. They have seen this. They've got all 4 here. They have the Ember Spirit. They're pinging out Scuddylicious, but luckily he realizes that something's up. Over here, Huppy does have the stun level 1. He's going to use it just to secure the rune. So as we expected, 2 for 2 rune exchange. And Azure, he's going back to his mid lane, where he belongs. Are they going to keep... My question is, will they keep this full tri-lane together? Oh, they might do, but look at this. First blood in the top lane, holding him down with the Fortune's End. They need one more right click. Gets the deny off in time. JL, so good at that deny. So sorry, as I was saying, Terrorblade, he's making the musical lanes bottom. He doesn't want to be up against this aggro tri-lane. But at the moment, there's totally no one farming in this top lane. Azure pushed in this mid lane. It seems there was at least one deny, so he hasn't hit level 2 yet. He needs to be careful about taking damage, but he does have the salve. So Godlike, he is going to be left all by his lonesome. Rappy, I think you do need to be careful here on both these sports. They do have kill potential. Azur taking a lot, and it's worth noting that Flame Guard, it does not mitigate laser damage. Laser is a pure damage spell, so it goes right through Flame Guard. So Azur having a very rough time versus his Tinker. TP out is going to be successful because Shadow Shaman has no disable, only has the Ether Shock. RP just getting some harass there. Nice body blocks there. Rappy does have the level 1 impale, but nice stun. And are they going to be able to turn it around onto playstyle? Rappy realizes that Ifrit's the one who's bringing the damage, so goes for the stun onto him. Meanwhile, Azur, he's being aggressive again in this mid lane. He does need to be careful. And I really like what Mark's doing here. He's holding a whole bunch of his points because he might go into the march if he wants to farm really hard, or the laser and the heat-seeking missile if he thinks he could get a kill. On the top lane, they have the shackles. They've held down Ifrit. The impale, it's still on cooldown, but it looks like play hard. Even with that fairy fire, he's probably going to go down. He loses the salve. Do they have enough to be able to kill him? Another impale. It's a double impale actually connecting. But are they going to be able to kill off Hoppy with that slow from Ifrit? It doesn't look like it. Play hard. No mana for that Ether Shock. So both getting very close to getting first blood in that top lane. Azur does have the Searing Chains if he wants to be using it. And Mark still hasn't put any points in anything else. He's put 2 in the laser, though. So maybe he is considering getting a teeny bit aggressive. That's a big rune for the Ember Spirit. The regen, it's like exactly what he needed. Means he doesn't need to fly out any more regen from back home. And if he can use his spells... No, the regen cancelled there by Happy Luke. Sorry, Mark. I always call him Happy Luke, but it's the sponsor. Avalanche onto the Terrorblade over here. Good. That's this. I keep missing first bloods, but let's see how it happened. Searing Chains, and then he just walks up to him with the Flame Guard. So I do want to point out that it is a bit of a cost benefit because Flame Guard doesn't get lessened by the laser. So he... Frickin' hell. Stop killing everyone, PG.Barracx. Absolute T-Tours. Fine, go ahead and do it to me. But as I was saying, laser, it does damage to the Ember Spirit, but it doesn't stop his Flame Guard. So he's able to walk under your tower, and you have no way of removing the Flame Guard from him. He has absolute impunity to be able to do with what he wants. I'll try not to miss any more kills this game. So using the March with the Cheese March Machines do magical damage. Laser is on cooldown. How much does he have here? It's 200. And what does the level 2 laser do? Level 2 laser does 160, so it would have killed him, even if it was on cooldown. But this Ember Spirit does have the Arcane Rune. Oh, sorry about that. And that's going to allow him to spam out his spells a lot easier. Over here on the top lane, they're going for a kill over onto Play Hard. They do get it with that stun. Now, Rappy, they have the Whirling Axis. He swats the Spike Carapace. It is able to kill Ifrit, but that's 2 kills for him. Sorry, able to stun off Ifrit with that Spike Carapace, but a nice double kill for this Troll Warlord in the top lane. And everything going the way of PG.Barracx at this stage of time. Metamorphosis being used by Scardylicious so that he's able to successfully farm up. He needs to be careful. We're coming up to the 5-minute mark, and that's why Play Hard, he's rotated here. It looks like they want Spaceman, but heads up play, zoning back Spaceman with just the short channel of the Fortune's End. Ember Spirit has taken this rune to be able to refresh his bottle, and they found Rappy. He does have the Spike Carapace, but I don't think it's going to be enough. But maybe with that double stun, Rappy will be able to walk away from Hoppy and Ifrit.
Top tower is under attack.
So this mid lane, it is CSing in favor of the Tinker, but he's... I will catch a kill. I will catch one at some point. I promise. This bottom lane is... how are we doing for Avalanche toss? He has Avalanche coming off in 1 second, but I doubt he'll be able to get the toss. They are channeling the Fortune's End. Pops the Mango. They know that one's not real. Needs to be very careful here on Azure. He's getting pretty low. They both have their level 6s, so you can have safety remnants set up. He realizes that he's going for the rune here on Mark, but Azure, he is going to be able to take it. I really thought he might deny the rune so that he doesn't give it over to the Ember, but Ember Spirit now has that Invis rune. And they are full-on tri-laning here with the Scuddylicious. They want to make sure that he has a decent game, but he's held in place. There is the Avalanche at the toss, and that's going to be a nice kill on the Terrorblade. It looks like the Oracle might play for it, but play hard. He's going to take a lot of damage. Baseman trying to heal himself up, but it's not quite enough. In this mid lane, Oracle is rotating in. They have the laser, so he's not able to do physical damage, but they leap forward. He's going to be held in place by the Searing Chains, by the Fortune's End, and a nice another kill on this mid lane for Azure. All the meanwhile, we did miss a kill on the Shadow Shaman, but I don't think that really counts because we were watching the mid lane gank. I don't really count that as a missed kill because we were watching another kill. So this top lane, Rappy, not having a great time. You can see Ifrit, because he's had the help and Rappy's been left all by himself. He is A-okay with this laning stage. 4k advantage for PG.Barracx already. They get the vision into trees, but again, a great double stun. Rappy's impales. I've been on point this entire game, but with Spaceman there, Spike Carapace, it's off cooldown. Ifrit, he's just been feeding off this bug. And they've sent Tinker to the jungle to be able to recover. He has 4 points in the March of the Machines. So he should be able to recover as he goes to the jungle. Leaving this mid lane for play hard to be able to pick up some farm. But he does need to be careful of this Ember Spirit. The magic damage will be enough for him to be able to kill this level 4 Shaman with ease.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Treads seem like they're actually on the agenda for Godlike. Avalanche as well as the toss, even through the aphotic shield. There's no saving you from that burst damage. Mark, very lucky to get that regen rune there. That's going to allow him to just continue farming. Slice of Fist, Searing Chains, but they're holding him under the tower, but there's no rotations. The shackles, they're not long enough. Play hard. I'm sorry, you are going to go down. He's just being run down. But... oh, he actually jumps in even deeper. He's not afraid of Mark. I thought that might be enough to send him back, but he actually used the Remnant to be able to get the kill. Heads up, played by Azure. He's TPing back to go heal, and then he'll just follow himself back to this Remnant. They do see where Spaceman is sitting thanks to this ward, and they realize that the Ember Spirit's come back in. And I think that might be enough to make Mark retreat. He does have the regen rune if he wants to use it. Mark has the regen rune, but Azure sees him. Slash Fist takes it. Doesn't connect, luckily, on the Tinker, so he might be safe. But JL, I'm not quite sure how long you are for the world. They are holding down the Oracle, but they're able to successfully get a kill. And Azure, he's going for more. He really wants Mark's head. The Remnant forward, as well as the Searing Chains, more than enough. Azure getting 2 kills in this mid lane. He's had the Tinker's name this whole entire game. And Rappy just killed off with that level 3 wave of terror. Rappy, he's still not level 6, and they've taken this top tower. Things looking disastrous for Neon. And over here, Scuddylicious, hasn't actually leveled the Sun at level 6. He realizes he needs to be able to farm. He has to put the game on his back. And another kill in the mid lane. Azure, he's just playing insane on this Ember Spirit. They just don't seem to be able to keep up to him. Trying to get rid of the Flame Guard with that laser as well as the magic damage. And he's just going to walk away just fine. Azure, he's just been feeding on everyone on the side of Neon. 7k advantage at this 10-minute mark. It's almost a 1k per minute net worth lead. That's when you know the games are going to be tough. So Ember farming more, but they don't have a Radiant Ward. I hear the Vengeful Spirit stunned. But it looks like it was probably just to farm something. Ifrit, he's even building a Battle Fury, so he'll be able to keep up going into late game against this against this Terrorblade. Uppy has level 6, so if he sees that Tinker, he will be able to swap him. They realized that they were invading the jungle thanks to this ward. This defensive ward for the Tinker. Rappy finally having his level 6. They're really hoping the Ember Spirit gets a bit too aggressive, I think, but not with Rappy rotating away. They realize the Oracle's in their jungle, and this is going to be a bit more of an easy kill. Does have a ward, and there you go. They realize Rappy's there. They do have a sentry, but I don't think you're going to be able to save yourself. They save the Impale. They try to give the kill to the Tinker, but JL actually steals it. And Venge going for the pause. Any sort of disconnect, or just a bit of a pause. Anyway, we have a pause, and it looks like we're resuming.
A flash of inspiration.
Dire's middle tower
And in this bottom lane, DB, it looks like he was sundered. Avalanche, toss. Can he kill it? Wow, I didn't think he would be the one killing the Terrorblade. But Tiny just realizing his strength, and if Scuddylicious just sticks around for too long, even with JL behind him, if he eats another Avalanche toss, he will be able to get the kill. Onto this Terrorblade, blink forward. He just had the money for his Blink Dagger, and the Avalanche toss, he kills the Terrorblade on Scuddylicious. Godlike, what a play, realizing his money was just ticking up. I didn't notice that he had the money for his Blink Dagger. But just playing Terrorblade, thinking he had healed up enough, but not quite. And now JL doesn't have his level 6, still level 5, and not long for this world. He does have the Aphotic Shield, but doesn't even manage to get it off in time. Spaceman with that level 3 Purifying Flames.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So Mark's Tinker, he will have his boots of travel in 30 gold. That's when this game starts to get a tiny bit easier for Neon, and they should be able to defend some of these towers.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
And after taking this bottom tier 1 tower, it looks like they're not letting up their aggression. Godlike sitting on the high ground here. They even have their ward. So if anyone tries to aggress into this Ember, they're going to be in real trouble. Do they have a sentry, though? They do lay down a sentry, so they're going to see Rappy if he gets too close. They have the Avalanche. They have the toss. Instant kill over onto the Shadow Shaman. Side fist to Shadow Shaman. He buys back. And retreating to his Ember's Remnant is Azure. Huppy is going to be safe. They do see Rappy, but he's just gone outside the ward. They throw down another sentry, and they see him. They have Avalanche Toss if they want to use it, but it looks like JL is what they want. Slice of Fist Chains. He comes back to his Remnant here on Azure, and now Mark, he has his double damage and level 4 March of the Machines, but I don't know if that is going to be enough to stop this Ember Spirit. He leaps in, Slice of Fist. Searing Chain, Slice of Fist. It does connect onto Rappy, but Mark, he's being chased down by the Flame Remnant. They have caught the Tiny inside the ward trap, so it looks like he might be the one to go down. So they do manage to kill Godlike. Scuddylicious does have a Sunder, and he is low health, but the Slice of Fish and the Searing Chains, it's going to allow Azure to be able to retreat. He even Sunders, I'm not sure who he Sundered, but one of his own teammates there on this Terrorblade, but things looking very grim for the side of Neon. 10k advantage. But actually, with those kills, they did manage to eke out an advantage, getting that Tiny kill. Azure, they do see him, but he has detection. They pop the Sight Carapace, almost instantaneous. Slice of Fist, Searing Chains. They have the Hex, and they have more follow-up. Are they going to be able to get this kill from the Ember Spirit with the Metamorphosis Terrorblade? I think they are going to be able to do it. He pops the Slight and goes to his Remnant, but he isn't able to get away. And now Huppy being chased down. The Oracle is there, trying to save him for a short period of time, but he's taking a lot of damage. And Godlike in the backlines, he kills off the Terrorblade. No Sunder. JL does have the ultimate, but it's off cooldown. They do manage to kill off the 4 position, but Rappy, it looks like he's going to be next. He took a lot of damage from that Purifying Flames, but he is going to heal up eventually. But actually channeling the Fortune's End, Avalanche Toss, the Spike Carapace. It's just not enough. So they do lose the Ember, but they lose Scuddylicious and 2 other teammates with him. And it's worth noting, all the meanwhile, Ifrit has just been having free farm with this Battle Fury. So I think they're more than happy to, you know, draw the entire side of Neon to give Ifrit this free farm. Ember Spirit has his Maelstrom. He's building a BKB next, I think. So, Tiny in the bottom lane has the Blink Dagger. We saw this a while ago. He's you know, only about 1,000 gold off his Echo Saber, but now, Ifrit going into the pit, he doesn't actually have any lifesteal. It seems he doesn't need it because they have all the control for Roshan. This Fate's Edict, meaning that Roshan doesn't hit. He's got up to his 12 further sacks, and it looks like they're just got no idea this is going on from the side of Neon. Or even if they know, they're not able to contest. So Aegis put onto the Ember Spirit so he can more than happily play aggressive. He is building that BKB. Let's see how quickly he clears out creep waves. Go damn fast with that Sleight of Fist with the Maelstrom procs. Neon, they have lost all of their tier 1 towers, whereas the side of Barracks, they have all of theirs remaining. So it's worth saying there is some gold to be gained if you're able to mount a successful push by Neon. I'd like to see them use the Shaman wards if they feel they need to. But realizing that a whole bunch of them are bottom Azure, he's picking out this mid tier 2 tower. Tinker might have to come back to go defend this. But he still doesn't have his Blink Dagger. Blink Dagger, Boots of Travel. These are the essential things for a Tinker. If you want to be able to mount any sort of push, any sort of D-push, or have any sort of fight. But now they brought Ifrit, their true pusher. They have forced out a Glyph by the side. But it looks like it's just going to be a tier 1 for a tier 2 tower trade. And with that, they do have Aegis on their Ember Spirit, but I'm not sure they want to go high ground. It looks like they're picking out, taking away more of the map control away. Play hard. He does throw down his Serpent Wards there. They're going to have to go back to defend this push if they want to be able to do it, using the Terrorblade Illusion to drag back the creep wave so creeps don't have a go at these Serpent Wards. But over here, Godlike as well as Azura are here, and they're going to clean through these wards. They do mount actually more than half of this tower's health. They really have to clear through these wards. Because they had to go back to defend, they weren't able to pressure this tier 2 top. And how is Rappy doing? He's building this Midas, and he has the money for it now. So Neon, they really want this game to go late, where their Terrorblade can scale, where their Nyx Assassin can scale as well. Hoppy, he's building a medallion, and he has it once he manages to get the courier back from base. Look at this, scouting out the high ground with the courier. He's just too afraid to go there on Rappy. And Terrorblade just sitting in the trees here, pushing with his contra image illusions. Do they have an idea that he's here? They're smoked up. They're pinging. Does this detect where he is? Yes, it is. They know exactly where it is, and they found the Terrorblade inside the trees. Scuddylicious not able to get off the Sunder. What a great warding by the Oracle. They realized he's there. They saw he was pushing, and they're able to kill Scuddylicious once again. Barracks really heads up play there. Great warding by Spaceman.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under
And
attack.
Ifrit, they know they don't have a Dire Side Glyph, and that's just another tier 2 sacrifice to this Troll Warlord.
Has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And knowing that Scuddylicious is dead, they're going to mount a little bit of a push. They actually have detection here for Rappy, so he needs to be careful. But it's so hard to push into a Tinker. He's just spamming March and Machines and isn't going to be enough to repel the lineup of Barracks. With the Terrorblade respawning it is, but Shadow Shaman, he split push. Avalanche, they do find him. Avalanche toss. Godlike. Godlike, he's not quite Godlike yet, but he does have this killing spree. He's been going around the map fighting everyone, hiding in the trees, and he now has the money for his Echo Saber. Let's have a look at what's happening here. They have the detection. He does get the Spike Carapace off in time. It's a nice double impale, but they have a DD here on Azure, and I don't think Rappy is going to be long for this world with the Purifying Flames. He most certainly isn't. And leaping forward, popping the ultimate here on GL, looking for more. He's actually just diving. Slash of Fist, Searing Chains. He does have the Aphotic Shield that gets rid of the Searing Chains, but now this tower, do they have creeps? It looks like Backdoor Protection has sprung up. So, Pro Warlord, he has a Blink Dagger as well as his Oblivion Staff. Oh, sorry, on the Tiny. What are we looking? The Troll Warlord. SNY, he's building his BKB. Do they have detection for Rappy? They do see it. There's a whole bunch of sentries. And they'll be taking them. They have the Avalanche Spikes, Carapace. Nice stun onto two. It feels like Rappy. He never lands a stun just onto one person. But with all his skills of cooldown, Oracle is going to kill all of these sentries as well as help kill the Nyx Assassin. How is our Terrorblade doing? Obviously, he's very far behind. He's died a whole bunch of times. He has Yasha, and he feels he needs to rush into that BKB, so they're not able to control him. The Aegis has expired, but Azure, he has something perhaps even better in the BKB. RP treads as well as a Tome of Knowledge. If he sees this Tinker, he's going to go for the swap. Tinker needs to be very careful with his positioning. He lays down the March Machines. There you go, Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains. This is what we talked about. They have the ability to be able to get on the Tinker, and he has no buyback. And that's probably just going to be a full lane of Barracks. They don't have Glyph for the Dire for another 30 seconds, and Ifrit, he pushes so fast. He has those +3 further stacks, and that's 20k advantage at 21 minutes. Are they looking for more? There's no Tinker for 30 seconds. I don't think they need to stop. Gunnylicious, he has to come back. They have to mount some sort of defense, but the leap forward in the Avalanches onto two, the Side-Fists and Searing Chains. They do manage to get the godlike. He actually tosses back Gunnylicious. Is he able to use the Thunder? It doesn't look like it's Gunnylicious. He's dead. He buys back, and the Tinker, the money ticks up for his buyback as well. They did manage to kill godlike, but they found him. Tinker, he literally just bought back, and now they know he's not coming back for another 70 seconds. This is definitely a second lane of Rax forfeited. And Terrorblade, Metamorphosis, it's on cooldown as well. Even if he buys back, he's not able to do anything. I think this is just game for Barracks. Tips come out, leap forward with this Blink Dagger, Sleight of Fist, Shearing Chains. This Tinker, he just wasn't able to evade, and they're going for the full Mega Creeps. Neon, I think they need to call it soon. Without Tinker, without Metamorphosis, they just have no way of defending. Glyph has come off cooldown. That's going to buy them about 5 seconds. But Ifrit absolutely shreds through these buildings. Rappy, is he going to get a successful double stun again? Spike Carapace, it wears off Slight Fist, Searing Chains, it doesn't connect, but they do have the long stun. They need to stop these. They're going to lose Ifrit if they're not sure about BKB, and he has his ultimate. I forgot. Troll, he's just immortal. He's healing, and no Sunder. The stun, they don't even have the ultimate left on the Abaddon Ifrit with that BKB. They've killed off the Terrorblade. He doesn't have buyback. Azure, he actually has the ultimate from the Oracle, keeping him nice and healthy. They have the detection here for Rappy, and GG is called. Gunnylicious, he just wants out of this game. Did he even call GG? He didn't call GG. A bit of a rage there. Gunnylicious, he has not had a good game. And Barracks taking game number 1 in this best of 3. They are 1 game away from the closed qualifiers.